And FEMA is now in the Granite State preparing to assess storm damage as several people are now on the 8th day without power.
No one covers New Hampshire like we do. Now, WMUR News 9 at 6.
Well, right now, FEMA is in New Hampshire working alongside state officials to assess storm damage across the state. WMUR Siobhan Lopez live in Concord with more on what they'll be doing. Siobhan?
Well, Tom, FEMA representatives met with state officials here at the Emergency Operations Center to go over their plan to tour that damage town by town. There will be about 6 teams that will head out tomorrow morning. State officials say there is a $2 million threshold that must be met before they can apply for a presidential declaration. But right now, they estimate there is about $16 million in public damage. Volunteer New Hampshire is helping to gather more information from homeowners about their damage and will connect them with other agencies that are able to assist.
That also specialize in some of the services that we're asking them to do: mud outs, cleaning basements from flooded waters, debris removal, tree removal, putting tops on people's houses that have holes in them.
Anyone with damage who has not reported it yet is urged to call 211. Volunteer New Hampshire says some of these cases could be open for years. We're live in Concord. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, Siobhan, and tonight crews are still working to restore power to hundreds of Granite Staters who have gone without it for a week. WMUR's Kristen Carosa live from the Lakes region now, where most of those remaining outages are. Kristen?
Tom, less than 400 people are still without power here in New Hampshire, but the good news is power should be restored for most within 24 hours. After a long day, power and tree cutting crews from New Hampshire Electric Co-op and from out of state returned to Meredith after working to restore power to homes on islands in Lake Winnipesaukee.
The majority of these members are not in residence at the moment, which is why we've left them till last.
At the height of the storm, NHEC had more than 50,000 customers without power. Crews had to be brought in from Florida, Virginia, New York, Canada, and Ohio to help.
This storm actually is our worst ever outage. It surpasses the ice storm of 2008 when we had 49,000 members out. This one peaked at over 52,000. And at one point, we had over 600 locations with trees, limbs on wires, that kind of thing.
In Derry, a massive tree took out power to the Frost Residence Co-op, a mobile home community.
We've been on generators since Monday. It's a mess.
Charles Cummel and 9 other homes are still without power. A small group of people in the southern part of the state still without electricity.
They got power. The other ones on there got power. The only ones that get power is these 5 and the ones on the other 5.
Utility poles are now being put in by Hammond Electric, and once that's complete, power can be restored.
When they get through, we don't know. I asked him, he goes, I ain't gonna give you a day. Hopefully, maybe 2 days, 3 days.
It has certainly been a frustrating situation for many here in New Hampshire, but again, most people should have their power back on by the end of the day tomorrow. We're live in Meredith. Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.